ingesting it. I just use these and they're filled with seeds. And then what I do is I blend them because they're very strong. Like even if you had an opportunity to smell these, you would smell they're very strong. They make ice cream out of these and it's very good because it has somehow a natural sherbet taste. And so let's empty these out. And I'm going to take these through the same process that I took the pineapple through because of the seeds. I'm going to strain this off. See, that just goes right through there. Okay, so that's what we got. So we have two bases here. We have the pineapple juice and then we have the maracujá. And so we're going to get right into this. I have these papayas, strawberries, etc. So let's just combine all this in the blender now. So I'm just going to empty off these strawberries in here. And some of this papaya. There's plenty of papaya. Papayas everywhere here in Costa Rica. And of course papaya is really good for digestion. So we're going to add quite a bit of that since we have so much of it here in the house right now. Alright, and so instead of using water, we're going to take this pineapple juice. And this is what really gives it the kickoff because one, you're not using the ice so it doesn't dilute it. And you're not using the, you're not using the ice and you're not using tons of water. So this is kind of like flavored water, for better lack of words, pineapple water. And so we're going to add some honey here. I'm like honey crazy, but so don't say anything. You're like, oh, that's too much honey. Or you, of course, honey it to your liking. Sweeten it to your liking. Honey it to your liking. And it's ready. And so this becomes a perfect time to take the She Legit, the Gene Builder, because of course now we're going to be going for a run. And that's why the earlier you get up, the better off you'll be. Alright, so the juice is awesome. So what we're going to do now is just briefly show you about the supplements. And so what I do is, okay, so early in the morning, I get up, I have the meditation just to get very centered, reflect on what happened in the dream, etc. And then I move right into action, make a simple smoothie because I'm about to run out of here and get the engine going. Before I start to run, because as I'll talk about later on, it starts to build up all this energy and build up that fire within you. And so it's good to take the supplements now. Now, of course, everyone can choose when they feel like it's time to take the supplements, but me personally, I take mine in the morning. And so what we have here is we have the Gene Builder, we have the Chulin, and we have the She Legit. And that's another reason why I choose to do it now is because I can drink it with the smoothie. And of course, we know that some of this Ayurvedic medicine is very bitter, which of course is a lot more better for you. Bitter is better in this sense. But it's always good to have something to wash it down with if you have the opportunity. So I generally now pop 2 of these Gene Builders. And I take the Chulin because if everyone has seen it, you can't swallow this. You tend to have to chew it up. And quite for the facial associated with that, I tend to smile on my face.
Yeah, very good.
And I put this down with it because it helps. Helps a lot. And last but not least, I use the She Legit, which of course you only need a small amount. And generally you can always find a small piece in here. It should be like a peppercorn size, but for whatever reason you can't, you can always just take another little piece. And if it's your only personal supply, you can just bite it off. And that's it. So now you have your energy in the body, or headed to the proper place in the body and ready and waiting to be charged. So of course this is your Chulin, this is your Gene Builder, this is your Pure Chi Legit, and that will definitely be getting you ready for the rest of the day and giving you the energy that's necessary to power through the day.
So they juice, by the way, brother.
The whole purpose of this particular part of our program is to show people daily what we do and how we get involved with the supplements, how we utilize them in our everyday lives, and of course what our regimen is, because this is like very important now for people to have some type of guidelines to go by in regards to how to work out, how to use the supplements, etc. And so today I'm here with Luis, who's behind the camera. I have Pablo here with me also, and this is after, of course, what you saw this morning with the shake, the Chi Legit, the Chulin. It's always good to just get up early in the morning and take a good jog to get the engine started. And it also allows you to clear out your lungs, allows you to expand more, and of course, you're a lot more awake for whatever you have to deal with. In addition to that, it actually charges up the Jing and the Chulin and the Chi Legit. The most important thing is going to be from here to basically start to strengthen your mind, body, and soul. And we want to do the best that we can to show people how to do that. But the reality is that the body, of course, gets tired. It doesn't want to do it. The biggest thing about right now is definitely going to be consistency, because consistency is going to equal a person actually getting to the finish line of whatever it is they've been working on, rather than getting almost close and then going back in the opposite direction. So be sure to stay consistent and to keep working on yourself, and always realize that in the beginning, before you make it a habit, which takes about 22 to 23 days, it will appear like you don't want to do it, but force yourself to do it and you will see the results. Your Chi Legit from yesterday and Gene Builder from yesterday is actually in your system today. So you'll notice that when I talk about activating the Gene and activating the Chi Legit, we're talking about from yesterday at times. Because as you begin to breathe, as you begin to bring up the vibration in your body, then it starts to activate and become more resilient. You start to work out your organs, because if you notice when you're doing those breathing techniques, you'll notice that there starts to become almost like a cramp in certain areas, in the lower areas. This is because those places have never been worked out. So all you need to do now is just simply keep at it, and just remember the consistency is everything. It's all about consistency, because then the body learns, the mind learns, and the soul learns that way. And so it's important to keep yourself involved.
All right, let's do it.
If I leave the gym without my muscles shaking like a vibrating bass drum, I'm violating. If I ain't aching and sore, the next day I feel cheated. Like a fiend in my workout, I need it. My regimen is goal-based, very strategic. Building up my temple like the pharaohs in Egypt. A wise king gotta take care of his kingdom. I live for the burn, want it hotter than Bikrams. That burn is my bliss when I'm stressed and I'm tense. When I'm locked in my zone, nothing else don't exist. Quitters never win, a winner never quits. The burn is just weakness, transform to strength. When times get hard, I go harder, think smarter. Bruce Lee said, be like water. Tough times make us tougher. My mama ain't raised no sucker. I ain't scared of no struggle. I love to let it burn. Push it out, burn. Make it count, burn.
Okay, so we're here now and we're pretty much ready to get to work. We've done a lot this morning. Like I said, if you wake up really early, you can get so much done before the real part of the day or the main part of the day starts. Now, how this works is because we've been so charged up all morning doing breaths of fire and jogging and all of that, but still have to go into work. What generally happens is the mind is so expansive, so it needs to be focused. And so that's why we recommend for people that are actually in jobs where they have to do somewhat of monotonous kind of work where it's pretty repetitive and they just have to avoid being annoyed, then the SIMD is really going to be for you. As you see, as it says here, it says mood support. Now remember, these are Ayurvedic, so the reality is once you get enough of this in your system, then you have a reference point, so you don't really have to use these products anymore because you can return to that reference point with a couple of breaths. The SIMD and the GAR 35 work together. The GAR 35 should be taken at night, like right before bed, because it allows you to just kind of be really focused in your sleep. So these are for people who are generally dealing with having to stay balanced during meditation or balanced during work activities, etc. And if you work in a position where you generally have to be very creative and you're always coming up with new content, etc., then that's when you want to move into the Ethereum Gold and the Ethereum Black and the Altera. And in fact, even if you want to build up higher alkaline levels so that you can get more of the feeling that's associated with having an awakened mind, body, and soul, then you're looking at your Ethereum Gold. And what we've all noticed also is that when you take about 2 to 3 weeks of Ethereum Gold, about 2 capsules per day, you generally hit the optimum state of having Ethereum Gold in your system. And then that state can't be increased by continuing to take Ethereum Gold. So that's what's beautiful about these products, is it's not really to get you hooked on them and to support and to have you supporting yourself with them constantly. It's actually to assist you in getting a reference point of where you should be, and then at that point you don't need the product anymore. And so of course we're here, we're going to be going into work and bringing out a lot of that stuff that we normally bring to you. We want to say wholeness and balanced vibration. Thank you for tuning in with us, and we're out of here. I'm ingesting it. I just use these and they're filled with seeds. And then what I do is I blend them because they're very strong. Like even if you had an opportunity to smell these, you would smell they're very strong. They make ice cream out of these and it's very good because it has somehow a natural sherbet taste. And so let's empty these out. And I'm going to take these through the same, and you're not using tons of water. So this is kind of like flavored water, for better lack of words, pineapple water. And so we're going to add some honey here. I'm like honey crazy, but so don't say anything. You're like, oh, that's too much honey. Or you, of course, honey it to your liking. Sweeten it to your liking. Honey it to your liking. The process that I took the pineapple through because of the seeds. I'm going to strain this off. See, that just goes right through there. Okay, so that's what we got. So we have 2 bases here. We have the pineapple juice, and then we have the maracujá. And so we're going to get right into this. I have these papayas, strawberries, etc. Quite a bit of that since we have so much of it here in the house right now. All right, and so instead of using water, we're going to take this pineapple juice. And this is what really gives it the kickoff because one, you're not using the ice, so it doesn't dilute it, and you're not using the, you're not using the ice. So let's just combine all this in the blender now. So I'm just going to empty off these strawberries in here. And some of this papaya. There's plenty of papaya. Papayas everywhere here in Costa Rica, and of course papaya is really good for digestion. So we're going to add